in a few protests way back during, you know, abuse of power days, United for Peace and Justice. We're going way back to the early to mid 2000s, and then the LGBT agendas, you know, after that. But by 2011, Occupy Philadelphia came in. Remember, Occupy every city, Occupy San Francisco, Occupy Philadelphia. That was a major protest group. We think the clothespin means hang out to dry. So the Occupy movement drew in major crowds. The issue is that was occurring during 2011, and my world got turned upside down by who knows what. All I know is someone out there. Oh look, there's a Edward Don and Company food Muda. So anyway, I knew that whatever happened the fourth Monday of January 2011, whatever was going on, and it was whack crazy, it was designed to totally drive people crazy, whatever it is. It's like a puppet machine, and so someone out there way up in the recesses of the clouds and so forth and so on, we're whispering things like, do not show up, do not walk by City Hall where Occupy Philadelphia is. Just, we know it draws people in. We, you know, just don't do it. Just stick to what your job, you know, stick to, you know, do other things, do it. Do not participate, 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 do not participate. So 1600, of course, the White House is at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Every time I see a big, gigantic 1600, you know, I wonder if those buildings and or companies within those buildings are connected to the White House. Just because there's a number system, it seems that might be going on. So I'm not sure how much the number system is used, but it's also a campaign year, so I would worry about who needs to level up or who needs to show their power. So if you get into too much trouble or danger, and this is not to deter people who want to have a movement, it's more like stay out of trouble as much as possible. It's a campaign year. People are out for blood. They need to, I guess, make their quota per se. They need to show that they can do this, that there's all kinds of things people can do that most of us don't even think about. Someone could be puppeted or controlled, handled right into a serious problem and wind up with, you know, some insurrection of the White House, you know, King Standy's and all of a sudden you're facing like all this court time and jail time or whatever, and it's if people knew that it wasn't worth it, you know what I mean? There's got to be a better way to protect oneself and make a statement. So but I know what you mean. Like, you know, I don't know the minds of folks who do the car meetups. You know, I know there's always been a struggle of power and this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's the BNY Mellon building, Bank of New York Mellon building. Fidelity's right hanging out at the bottom, trying to get a leg up. So, anyway, that building was featured in the movie with Tom Hanks, the Philadelphia Story, or what? It's something like the Philadelphia Story, where he wound up with AIDS and he was starting to show with lesions on his skin. And he worked for a law firm, and that law firm didn't want him in the office any longer, even though he was kind of respected among his peers. So the whole story was about, you know, being able to file a suit of defamation against, you know, both being gay and having AIDS. So, Philadelphia Story. So I don't know how long that was. Okay. All right, we will go STR. Go this way. Okay. Robert Sean Construction, RSC. My initials are SRC. So anyway. And RC Cola was Royal Crown wow, there's somebody's, RSC is sort of forcing people to shift lanes and merge, and it's become a little issue. Or an accident attempt, A lift. So I don't know how you gain through insurance if you wind up like in a car accident. I don't know if they've curbed that. Oh, right, I forgot. So here's, speaking of, so they had some wheelies popped here, I guess. I'm guessing the same night as the car. That's right, the news said 11. They said 11 car meetup. So there's two. Another one was on JFK. So I think JFK and 17th is where I saw some other wheelies, but I don't know if some people as in a single operation as a single car would pop a wheelie all by itself and not necessarily be part of the whole group while the whole group was over in City Hall. Transit police in the house, so don't be confused. It's not like the larger police, but they go through a special training for transit, no offense. I will say that sometimes, people can feel intimidated because even meter maids will put on the whole show of and you're like, well, they're just a meter maid. The worst they can do is to get your car if you have one. I don't have one. That's how I live in the city. So people are used to paying for car insurance, car payments, or all of the unexpected expenses of fixing a car and so forth and so on. Gas, antifreeze, right, / coolant, or what have you. Those expenses are not part of my world as we speak. Hopefully in the future if life gets a little better, but I learned how to live a certain way in the city, as do a lot of people who, maybe they needed to get a job here because they don't really offer, work in other areas, or you just sort of need to, a lot of people sort of assert their independence from their birthplace, and they need to move out of their towns or whatever for all kinds of reasons. Usually jobs would be one of them, or to escape danger if there's if you're in an area that something bad's going on or what have you. So this is a church here. And they have orange and white, like petunias, pansies, biennial, or what are they called? I have to think about this, Oh, sign stuff, so. A brand new Starbucks in the house across the street. It used to be like Obon Pan or what have you, and then it was dormant for a while. Now there's a brand new Starbucks across from Comcast Center 2, Technology Center. There's also a Four Seasons hotel down here on the corner. So on the west side of Comcast Center 2 is the Four Seasons Hotel, which is the top of the line 5-star plus hotel. I guess, celebrities or like professional sports teams or what have you, rock star, I'm guessing they would, be housed